Everyone thinks they know who runs Jamaica: the artists, the politicians, the faces on TV. But real power doesn't chase attention. It moves quietly through banks, land, and bloodlines. By the time you reach number 1, you'll realize something shocking. The country was never run in public. Rather, its true power hidden in plain sight. Number 10. The Issa family. The Issa family is widely recognized as one of the most influential business families in Jamaica. Their wealth and influence extend across multiple sectors of the Jamaican economy. They control major interests in fuel distribution, which powers much of the island's transportation and logistics. Retail is another cornerstone of their portfolio, with ownership in supermarkets and commercial enterprises. Real estate development is a major part of their strategy, spanning both residential and commercial properties. Tourism ventures, including hotels and resorts, add another layer of economic influence. The Issa Trust Foundation represents its commitment to social responsibility and community development. The family has been instrumental in supporting educational initiatives across Jamaica. Healthcare, youth programs, and disaster relief also receive backing from their philanthropic work. Many members of the family hold leadership positions in large corporations, including Grace Kennedy. The family's hotel and resort ventures contribute significantly to Jamaica's tourism revenue. International partnerships expand their reach beyond Jamaica to the Caribbean and North America. They have quietly built one of the most powerful networks in the country without relying on flashy public displays. Political and social donations have enhanced their public reputation and influence. Generations of Issa family members have maintained continuity in business and philanthropy. Their wealth is visible not just in private holdings, but in national projects and community initiatives. The family's approach combines corporate strategy, real estate investment, and social responsibility. Through infrastructure, tourism, finance, and philanthropy, they shape Jamaica's economic landscape. Their institutional and corporate power ensures the family remains influential across sectors. The Issa family stands among Jamaica's elite business class, quietly shaping industries and leaving a lasting legacy. Number 9. The Stewart family do Lidl Drempire. Founded by the late Gordon Butch Stewart, the Stewart family built Sandals Resorts into the Caribbean's largest luxury, all-inclusive hotel chain. Sandals is one of Jamaica's biggest private employers and a dominant force in tourism. The family controls massive hotel assets across Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. Their economic power affects thousands of jobs and billions in tourism revenue. The brand is internationally recognized. Their influence extends into aviation, training institutions, and hospitality education. The Stewart legacy continues through family leadership. They are tourism royalty in Jamaica. Their economic footprint is enormous. They help shape Jamaica's global tourism image. Number 8. The Matalon family. The Matalon family is one of Jamaica's most influential business dynasties. They are deeply embedded in the finance and real estate sectors. Through companies such as National Commercial Bank Financial Group, they control significant banking interests. Panjam Investment adds another layer, managing investments across real estate, energy, and logistics. Their portfolio includes commercial properties in key urban centers, particularly in Kingston. They influence the availability of credit, mortgages, and loans for everyday Jamaicans. Their banking reach extends across multiple aspects of national commerce and daily life. The family's real estate holdings include office buildings, retail centers, and investment properties. They operate quietly, focusing on long-term stability rather than public displays of wealth. Their structured approach allows them to influence capital flows throughout Jamaica. They are considered institutional power players rather than celebrity entrepreneurs. Through decades of careful management, the Matalons have shaped modern Jamaican banking. Their influence extends to policy consultation, financial networks, and corporate governance. The family's wealth is built to endure across generations, combining strategic investments with institutional authority. In Jamaica, the Matalon family represents the power of controlled, long-term financial influence. Number 7. The Michael Lee Chin family. Michael Lee Chin is one of Jamaica's most internationally successful billionaires. His wealth comes from Portland Holdings, which has major investments in banking, insurance, and manufacturing. He has held major stakes in National Commercial Bank and international financial institutions. His influence extends beyond Jamaica into North America and the Caribbean. He is known for long-term investment strategies. His business philosophy is widely studied in Jamaican business circles. His family holds enormous financial power. His investments shape markets. His name is associated with financial discipline. He is one of Jamaica's richest individuals. Number 6. The Grace Kennedy founding families. Grace Kennedy is one of Jamaica's largest and oldest conglomerates. Though now publicly traded, founding families and long-standing shareholders still hold major influence. The company dominates food distribution, banking, remittances, and consumer goods. Grace products are in nearly every Jamaican household. Their economic power touches daily life. They control major export brands. Their reach extends into North America and the UK. They are pillars of Jamaican commerce. Their legacy is over 100 years old. Their influence is national and international. They are corporate royalty in Jamaica. Through these positions, the Issa family influences decisions that ripple through multiple industries. They maintain strong relationships with political leaders, which provides early access to policy changes and infrastructure planning. That access allows them to align business opportunities with national development projects. Their investments in transportation infrastructure include logistics companies and fuel supply networks. Number 5. The Golding family. Political legacy and institutional power. To understand how long-term influence works in Jamaica, you have to start with families rooted in public service, law, and governance. The Golding family represents that model. Bruce Golding's tenure as Prime Minister wasn't just a political moment. It was part of a larger system of access, reputation, and institutional trust. Before becoming head of government, he built deep experience in policy, development, and national planning. That kind of background creates more than a salary. It creates long-term relationships across ministries, private firms, and international partners. The wider Golding network includes legal professionals, entrepreneurs, and political figures. These are careers where information moves before money does. That matters because when you understand how laws, contracts, and development priorities are shaped, you don't need flashy businesses to stay powerful. You need access. And the Goldings have had that for generations. This is a legacy influence. Not loud wealth, but durable, institutional power. Number 4. The Gale family, turning sports fame into a global business empire. In Jamaica, sports aren't just entertainment. It's a global export industry. Chris Gale didn't just become a cricket legend, he became an international brand. The rise of T20 leagues transformed elite players into multinational earners. India, Australia, Pakistan, South Africa. Across these leagues, Gale earned match fees, bonuses, appearance fees, endorsements, and merchandising income. But the real wealth came from diversification. Music ventures, nightlife investments, liquor partnerships, and lifestyle branding. Real estate holdings. When an athlete becomes a cultural icon, their name becomes a revenue engine. The Gale family built a structure around that fame, keeping management, properties, and ventures within trusted family control. That turns spotlight success into long-term wealth. This is modern Jamaican money. Global, mobile, brand-driven, and asset-backed. Number 3. The Holness family. Political authority meets strategic positioning. In Jamaica, some wealth grows from proximity to national development itself. Andrew Holness's rise from MP to Prime Minister placed his household at the center of infrastructure, housing, and economic policy. That influence doesn't automatically translate into personal wealth, but it does give access to something equally powerful: early information. Knowing where policies, infrastructure projects, or development plans are headed can create strategic advantages. It allows families to position themselves ahead of competitors and investors. Deep relationships with developers, financiers, and institutions compound this influence over time. Juliet Holness adds a crucial layer, bringing financial expertise, governance knowledge, and management skills. Her experience strengthens the household's ability to navigate both business and political landscapes. When policy leadership intersects with financial literacy, families gain durable, long-term advantages. Real estate investments aligned with emerging development corridors can grow in value exponentially. Advisory roles and institutional partnerships expand influence beyond a single company or business. Being part of decision-making networks allows families to identify opportunities early. This system-based approach builds economic stability quietly and sustainably. It relies on connections, reputation, and strategic positioning, not flashy displays of wealth. Political households like this often convert access into structured, diversified economic power. He said no weapon formed against him shall prosper. True to his words, none has. This is how influence in governance becomes a foundation for intergenerational stability and opportunity. Number 2. The Simpson-Miller family. Portia Simpson Miller didn't just become Jamaica's first female prime minister. She became one of the most recognizable political figures in the nation's modern history. Her rise was built through decades of service in local government, cabinet positions, and party leadership. Over time, she developed deep trust with labor unions, church organizations, and grassroots community networks. These groups form some of the most powerful mobilizing forces in Jamaican politics. That loyalty created long-term political capital that extended beyond the election cycle. Political capital often translates into institutional influence after public office. Former leaders are frequently invited into advisory roles at regional and international levels. They are consulted by NGOs, development agencies, and political organizations. These roles can include paid speaking engagements, strategic consulting, and board participation. Such positions provide ongoing income and influence without holding elected office. Her long-standing reputation also attracted partnerships with civic and social institutions. Her husband's experience in corporate and telecommunications management added private sector credibility. That connection strengthened the family's network across both public and business environments. Together, these relationships created a durable influence base, built on trust and access. Not loud personal wealth, but lasting relevance within Jamaica's political and institutional landscape. Number 1. The Paul family. Sean Paul didn't just make hit records, he built a catalog from connections. And in the modern music industry, a strong catalog is one of the most valuable forms of long-term wealth an artist can own. Intellectual property is the foundation. When an artist owns or controls their masters and publishing, every use of that music becomes a revenue event. Royalties flow in from multiple directions. Performance royalties are generated when songs are played on the radio, television, in clubs, and at live venues around the world. Mechanical royalties are paid when songs are streamed, downloaded, or physically sold. Publishing income is earned when music is written, co-written, or licensed for use by other artists and media. Over time, these revenue streams can surpass what an artist earns from touring. Licensing and synchronization deals add another powerful layer. Sean Paul's music has been used in films, television shows, commercials, video games, and global advertising campaigns. Each placement, known as a sync deal, can generate large upfront fees, plus ongoing royalties. These placements also introduce the music to new audiences, increasing long-term streaming and catalog value. When music becomes timeless, it becomes permanent income. Every stream on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube generates micropayments that compound into millions over decades. Every re-release, anniversary edition, remix, or compilation creates a new revenue wave. Songs that remain popular for 10, 20, or 30 years become financial assets similar to real estate or stocks. Power in Jamaica isn't always loud. Its influence, networks, and long-term strategy. From the Isas to the Matalons, Families quietly shape industries and communities. Legacy, not rumor, systems, or secrets. This is how wealth becomes influence, and influence becomes lasting impact. Leave your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you don't miss any of our amazing content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.